that is up. And that is going up. Just need to launch this. Alright. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Let's see. Which one should I go with? Digging through all my past, it's a bit more of a dynamic pose. Good to get the face in there. Maybe there. It's interesting with these figure packs and things that you can get, that they tend to take pictures of the same pose from different points of view. I'd be curious if they'd advertise them as, this particular one's free though, but if they'd advertise them as having X number of poses versus number of photos. I know the number of photos is much larger, but you know. In fact, what I should do is probably take some of these and start doing some sculpting practice. But, you know. Let's get this roughed in. So I haven't quite figured out all of what I want to do with this next little phase here. We got the olecranon, an elbow. Go up to the humerus, olecranon to the knee. Let's say shoulder to knee to patella. That's pretty good. That goes back that way. And then we're going to go up to the greater trochanter. Should be right about there, based off of that elbow position. Zoom in a little bit now, I know where I'm going. Good morning. Got the old brown paper out here. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Still think it's funny that my dog, how tired he gets. You know, as soon as we're done with the morning activities, like he is out of it. He's like, all right, we've done the WA, okay. and therefore it's time to curl up and go back to sleep. Yeah, so I was just saying, commenting at these graphic packs. This one's actually free, but I've kind of noticed that a lot of them, and they kind of list the number of photos in the reference packs as opposed to the number of poses. Because when they do a shot, it's like they take multiple photographs from different angles of the same pose, which I think would be really good for practicing sculpting. Which maybe I should do a couple of those at some point in the near future. Alright, let's see. The pit of the neck is right here. Come up, there's the neck. Here's how my pens react to this. I forgot that this paper is a little rougher, but should be okay, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so it'll say like, X number, thousands of photos, but really it's, 30, divide that by 30 for each pose or something, and it's a little bit more accurate. Not that I'm at this pack actually was free, so they were given away a while ago. I do have some paid ones, but this particular one is free. So hair's coming down there, head's coming here. I'll use a box to kind of figure it out better. So, but we shall see. Let's see how it goes. Just covering up most of that eye with the hair. There's the division up there. Right, let's see, this comes back up here. Yeah, the trick with kind of any kind of observational drawing is an awareness of both the structure of what's there, so the anatomy or the forms that intersect with each other, but also taking advantage of how our eyes perceive shape. So like I'm trying to pay attention to the shape that this makes right here, as opposed to, you know, the overall form of it. So I can like say, okay, well there's kind of a shadow shape right here. It's a triangle that comes down. Let's see, but I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh, her chin actually should be down here, or I could bring her shoulder up if it needs to be higher. So really the eye should be like down here, and then the chin should be down there. That's the 2D thing, so I'm paying attention to where that intersects with her shoulders. And then her kind of face comes up out of the shoulder over there. And that's going to be more accurate. So I'm using this orange pencil to kind of rough things in so I can adjust things if I need to. Head is feeling a little bit large too, so I was wondering if I'd put something in the wrong spot. So again, structure, and then there's the 3D aspect of things, but also the 2D, paying attention to the specific shape right here versus that one over here. Don't think this stuff is erasable, but let's see if we can, just so I can see what's going on a little better in here. Somewhat erasable. I don't know how much this paper can handle erasing, but I'll put that there. Alright, and then her eyelid's just right up here, or eyelash rather, curving there. And the hair comes up, and then there's the part. And that's the angle. There's a cheekbone. Cheekbone. And that's a better spot for that. Of course, her hair is bright, dyed red, or orange, I guess. So I guess we can fill that in mostly with that color. So where the shadows are at. So, got a little figure sketching this morning. The dog snuggled up to my leg pretty tight. He was super snuggled in this morning. I woke up and he was like half laying on top of me when the alarm went off. The dog, that is. Hip there, thigh coming forward, adductor there, gluteus maximus, Shadows. Good morning, everybody popping in. Got the rectus femoris right there, and the condyle of the femur. And we've got the biceps femoris and the gluteus maximus back here. Transitioning up into the pelvis and the sternocleidomastoids. Tissimus dorsi and serratus anterior right there. Everybody knows their anatomy, right? The box is a little bit bigger there. Hand goes like this. Yeah, it should be easy for the Greeks and the Spaniards out there. You know, it's you know, a lot of Latin and Greek in these words, right? I forgot to post this in here too, didn't I? Guess it's not there. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, you got the elbow, or the olecranon, which is the bony bit that sticks off the edge of your what is it? The ulna, the back end of the ulna. That's one of the things I wanted to put together on my teaching course, is that figure drawing thing. I'm almost done with all that front end stuff. It's been a lot of work. But I want to put together like a little free guide as a promotional thing that shows the major steps for figure drawing. I could do a good figure drawing that I've taught before. I've kind of formed together into a tight little package for students as a result of being forced at SCAD to condense everything into 10 weeks, because that's how long their quarters are. And so I had to take everything I was teaching before and kind of focus it down into a 10-week structure that could get through everything at a pretty good level. All right. Let's see how well my Hunt 102 works on this paper. It's a little bit rougher. I had a dream about my Hunt 102 quills last night, funny enough. Dreamed that they were like double-sided, like you could pull it out and just kind of flip. You could pull this out and flip it over, and there would be another one on the other side. So that was one of my recent dreams. Let's see how it works on this paper. Might need more ink in here anyway, too. Just a little bit. That should be okay. There we go. Maybe that's what else I should order. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. A weird. It's kind of dream when you wake up and you're like, maybe I should check. Doesn't make any sense, but you know. But you kind of wake up and you're like, wait, was that? Should I check that? I have a feeling that sometimes like memories I have of things are actually just dreams that I've forgotten about. Right? So it looks like 102 is going to work okay on this paper. Alright, so where to put the black fills? I think definitely in there. I think part of how they light these poses too is there for the kind of sculpting side of things. To make sure you know, that they can see all the forms properly. Alright. Good morning, everybody popping in. Happy Monday. Flip it so I can get the angle I want on the hair coming the other way. Good morning, people popping in. trick with some of this too is paying attention to that structure I was mentioning before, because sometimes it can be a little obscured. Like this is her trachea coming up here, and her sternocleidomastoid muscles and the neck, but it's just a little hard to read because of the angle. And I feel like if I over rely on the shapes too much, that I might lose that structure, which, generally speaking, I don't want to do. I think I'm going to move this down just a little bit so I can zoom in with the overhead camera a little bit. There we go. I'll scoot that over. There we go. Sorry, that's all. We'll order some more of these nibs. I have a feeling working through this book will, well, this sketchbook's gonna there's a sharper turning right there. Let's get that long swoop. Got the head of the ulna right there. Which is what forms this little box corner right there. I think this is the what's it called? The extensor digitorum longus. I think that's what's right there. You mentioned the olecranon. It's kind of right here, which is a bit of bone at the end of your ulna that wraps into your humerus bone. It basically makes your what's it called? It makes the elbow happen there. And then generally I like to soften the turning or the form shadow edge and sharpen the cast shadow edge. Exceptions to that, but you know, it's a good idea to do that. Mark up some of these areas that's going to be filled in. Or theoretically filled in. And we've got our abdominals. Alright, so look here. This needs to go up to there. Which makes more sense anyway, right? It's not that big of a shift, but I think it makes a difference. Usually in the front, the muscle that runs right here, that's the gracilis. But it kind of forms the boundary between the front and back of the leg. So between the rectus muscles, rectus femoris, the vastus medialis, and shifts between that and the adductor muscles in the back. Alright, to go around. Alright, that's going to come down here. One of the nice things about having paper with a little bit more tooth when compared with the last sketchbook is kind of makes it easier to kind of use the paper to kind of support your stroke, because it's got a little bit of a grip so it doesn't slip as easily. I still like that other paper quite a bit. Thinking about ordering a couple more packs of that just to see how things go. Got the gastrocnemius back there. Interesting warning over on DLive. So I'm not doing, there's nothing explicit here, it's just a figure drawing. I'll have to look into that. Maybe pause that one before I get in trouble. I don't think anything's really visible here though, so. Alright, let's go ahead and stop that just to be on the safe side. Guess it's just that good of a figure drawing that yeah, got labeled as explicit content over on DLive. So I thought they were supposed to be even less strict than Instagram. Let's get this box in here. There's a special kind of triangle. It's got ribs on it, so it prevents it from gets ink on it. It doesn't get onto the actual paper. It just stays on the triangle. Yeah, fun fact, your fingers are shorter than your palm. I think they tend to often elongate the fingers in media and that, but they're actually shorter. Alright, let's see, that should be just a little bit further over. This side's the radius side. So your thumb connects to your radius, and your pinky connects to your ulna. Let's get these box lines in there. So that's about there. Nice and neat. Oops. Flipped a little bit of ink to the side, but that's all right. That. Some heavier downward facing lines. Got some shadow there on the ground and over here too. Good morning, everybody. Popping in. Alright, let's see about filling in shadows and see what effect this has. I think we're just going to fill in the whole shadow area, even though I did draw into some of it. Start over a bit of wet paint right there, so let's grab that so I don't smoosh it around. I think one of the tricks here is just kind of making sure you're feeling out the form when you're filling in the shadow, so you're not just kind of filling it in by rote, but kind of maintaining that sense of structure as you go. Unless you're doing kind of a more flat design or something. Right. But I don't think it counts as a sketchbook unless you're willing to ruin what you're working on. Oh, no, seems like it's drawing the right color to me. As far as I can tell. It might be from your angle, it looks a little lighter, but just the way the light's shining on it from above, especially when it's wet. So I can definitely see the highlights when it's still wet here. But, when I look to the side, it's the same as the rest of the ink. This paper is definitely more absorbent. It's actually starting to warp a little bit with the wet ink. A little bit. Not a lot, but, definitely some. So, could be that. Good morning, everybody popping in. Let's get that a better angle for me to draw this line in. That made that a lot easier. That's right, I forgot about these hairs up here. Let's go ahead and flip this around a little bit. That took about an hour, huh? A little touch up here and there, and then call this one done. Get the latissimus lateralis over here. Alright, finishing up here, just a little touch-ups, and then call it a day. Or call it a morning, anyway. A lot to do today. So, yeah, I think we'll go and call it there. So today is the 20th. It's my little brother's birthday. Baby brother. And this is graphic ref. Alright, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to all later.